Welcome. And welcome to the show. I'm your host, Joey Wobbs. This is Mr. Link. And we are back for episode 11 of Wabbslink. Big up to you, Link. I had a long weekend. I had a very long weekend. I didn't get to watch everyone's games like I promised I normally would. So I'm not going to have like a ton of information on how you did this weekend like I normally do. So I'm going to preface that with that. For as long of a weekend as it was, I was extremely sober. So no like crazy stories beyond like the music that was there. Music was amazing. I got to see my favorite artists again. And I got to see a lot of my friends. So like it was great.
Who's the artist?
Get that out of the way right from the beginning because I know I'm not going to have any news about any other team, anything that you did this weekend. Okay, like I didn't got a clue. Okay. So, but I am tapped back in. I did watch my game. Okay, I rewatched it last night as well. But let's talk about you. We got midweek fixtures already. That's why we started doing these on Tuesdays. The whole reason why we did it on Tuesdays is because these type of fixtures are coming around the corner. So that's why we started the show on Tuesday. And the whole reason we started on Tuesdays here. So let's talk about last week, Link. Tell me about what happened, my G.
I don't want to say we did what I said we would do, but we did what we had to do. We did our job. You know, that's been the narrative of the season. Not we have these world-class players. Oh, is Slot going to be able to take over for Klopp? It's about doing what we need to do. I think last week I said we haven't been spectacular football. We've just been maintaining the title-winning form of Arsenal and City of the last 2 and 3 years. I know Arsenal hasn't won anything. I'm talking about that 90-point form.
Yeah.
So this is just testament to us doing that again. I think we are starting to click in. I think we're playing better football. I think we still are missing that clinical edge, but we're starting to play that better football I was alluding to weeks prior. See that. That being said, there are still weaknesses that can be exploited, especially tomorrow. But just focusing on first Real Madrid. The fears I had were more of the historical matchup between us and Real Madrid because none of that played out the way I thought it would.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't necessarily like Carlo Ancelotti's selection or his positioning of his players, but I think we were very lucky to not have to play Camavinga. I think Camavinga was the X factor.
Once he came on, it looked different.
Yeah. So once they lost,
who'd you play this weekend? Southampton, right?
We played City.
Oh, City. That's right. I did watch that game, actually. I did watch your game. You guys,
Yeah.
I mean, it should have been 4 or 5, in my opinion. I mean, I feel like City probably should have scored
it should have
once. I think City could have scored at least once. But I do want to have a quick discussion on City, if you don't mind. Because I do have some thoughts on
absolutely
that I've been kind of harboring. So, and I don't get too many chances to talk on City. Like, unless I get on when Daps is on, then that's like the last time I talked to a City fan, I just rattled them. I did that on purpose. That was just my role on the show for that day. So I did what my role was.
But my friend, this is your forum. Speak as you please.
Yeah, no, I know. I get you. But I want to talk on City just a bit because I know this is a Chelsea-Liverpool segment show, but I do want to talk on City. I feel like Pep is playing into his own demise at this current moment. And let me explain to you what I mean by that, okay?
What do you mean by that?
So I kind of get the whole understanding of how he wants to play and like what he is historically, the way that they want to play in between the lines, play in between with boxes, and making sure that they have control of the ball. Okay. But right now, right, you don't have the midfield to be able to do so. Right now, You have a midfielder. Your midfielders are consistent of mostly people who have some decent legs. Okay, Mateus Nunes, good legs. Supposedly Bernardo Silva has legs, but we haven't seen it this year at all. And that's a whole nother discussion.
Dwindling. Well, the thing is, they're more legs than Gundogan.
But I feel they just don't. I feel if they played direct, bro, where, like, I don't know, like, more like we played last year, right? Where it gets these players who have speed on the break, right? And I see where you're coming from, right? And I see where your head nodding and all that. But like for me, it's they need to play more as if they were their United of old, right? They have to play with more of a deeper shell. They have to play more with their fullbacks sitting deeper. They have to play more with, like, unless you're gonna play Vardiol at center back, it has to be Vardiol and Akanji at center back, and even then, they don't have another left back to play over there.
They don't. That's the
so
they don't have a left back.
So even like they're, and I appreciate what Vardiol does, right? And he's over exceeding what his capabilities are. I'm gonna be honest, like. Nobody expected
in that position.
He has 5 goals in that position. Right? Like nobody expected him to have 5 goals in that, or 3 or 5 goals.
I'm
or whatever
still
it
upset
is
he didn't come to Liverpool.
But even then, it's like he's playing more on the sense of like, all right, you have these wingers. Okay, there's 2 rapid, exciting wingers. All right, and even let's put Grealish into this exact same bin. If you give them the opportunity to be able to run into spaces, okay, and I don't know what's going on with Grealish, like mentally, health wise, whatever the circumstances is. There's obviously something else going on, a fallout with Pep, like whatever it really is. Like when we see him play for England and Carsley plays him in the 10, he looks like the most creative player on the field. Because he knows how to find spaces in the inside spaces that he wants to actually be in, right? Big up, Olu, my dude. Big
up, Olu. I am the friend. Say it correctly.
But like, I just don't understand. Like, if you're a manager, and I'm a tactically astute individual, okay? I'm not a manager, but I am a very tactically astute individual. But with the type of players that you have at this current moment, right? In the physicality and the counters that you're dealing with on a consistent basis, right? How do you go from playing a control style of ball continue to try to play this control style of ball without that midfielder that can control the game? He doesn't have anybody that can control the game. And not for nothing, the guys that he used to have legs for don't. And I'm going to bring up Bernardo Silva again. Bernardo Silva is running at half the amount of meters that he was running at in the last 2 years per game. Half. He was one of the most consistent. He was one of the most consistent players in the 5-meter range. One of the most consistent players in the range. He's running at 2.5, 3 meters a game, bro. You're talking about ground covered is not anywhere near the same capabilities. And when you remove Rodri from it, who was a ground destroyer, okay, like covered so much ground, right? When you have that,
you say he covered ground. But like he had the position to not have to cover as much ground, even if he was covering the same amount of area.
His reading of the game is another thing. But when he needed to cover ground, it wasn't an issue from sideline to sideline. You know what I'm saying? So like this whole thing, right? This whole thing with Pep is just with City is like, I feel like there is a solution within the team. There is a solution, but he doesn't want to to stay away from his morals. You feel me? He doesn't want to get away from his morals. He doesn't want to get away from what made Pep Pep. But realistically, bro, you need to change for this team right now and play more on the counter. So these players who thrive on space, your attackers who thrive on space, can thrive on space. Like they can't.
You know what's funny? That team resembles a Dortmund team.
I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it.
That team resembles
I didn't want to say it. It's fucking Dortmund of last year. If minus Jude, you can even put Mateus Nunes.
Literally, it's Dortmund minus
up and
Jude.
Down fucking roll if you want to. But that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. The fullbacks aren't mobile. The wingers are quick. You have Haaland and you have one robust midfield and you have two distributors. What is that? Dortmund. It's fucking Dortmund.
Dortmund. A
couple
washed up vets in midfield.
I didn't want to say it, but it's literally what Terzic has had for the last 2-3 years. Like, it is. Yeah. It was Terzic before Haaland moved. What are we talking about? It's the same thing, but that team fucking nearly won a title. You could play on the counter and win. You have the quality to be able to play on the counter. And I'm not saying do this the rest of the season, at least until January, to keep yourself in a reasonable range. Because at this rate, bro, you're gonna lose to everybody. And we ain't losing. I'm telling you, the rest of this season, the rest until January, we ain't fucking losing. We ain't losing, bro.
Yeah, I don't think you'll lose.
We ain't losing.
I don't think you'll lose.
We beating the shit out of Spurs, and I'm gonna get into it in my segment. We're gonna kick them into the dirt this weekend. We gotta kick them into the dirt, bro. They're gonna win their middle of the week game probably, and we're gonna kick them into the fucking dirt. Like our team,
right.
Enzo through the lines the way that Enzo's playing right now. Come on. Anyways, back to Liverpool. You guys got Newcastle this week, bro. You guys got Newcastle this week. What you thinking? This is a banana peel if I've ever seen a banana peel, though. I'm gonna be honest with you, but you tell me what you're thinking.
This is the thing. You're not like everyone else bringing up Klopp's Liverpool. This is more of a banana peel for a Klopp Liverpool than it is for a slot Liverpool. If we were going to Newcastle under, we go for it, we don't get the goal, and we have the situation last year where the Newcastle crowd and their counterattacking stuff are down trying to chase the game. Tomorrow, I think Slot will intentionally go into the game and say, we're going to kill the crowd, and we're going to... Newcastle aren't in the best.
You're going to play more controlled football? Like even more controlled football? Is that what you're thinking? A little bit deeper line?
We're going to play control... Yes. Control. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we...
As if you were playing Chelsea, pretty much. Like that, the kind of the way you guys play.
Very similar to Chelsea. I think you'll see Nunes come in because we're going to let them have the ball, and Jones come in for Szoboszlai or McAllister.
Ishii, I can tell you what slot Liverpool is, and I promise you at the Bridge, that's going to be the toughest game that you guys have in the end of the season at the Bridge. When you guys come to the Bridge later this year, I promise you, it's probably going to be the toughest game of the
matchup.
Just matchup wise, like. I think we as a team match up really well against you. And like our team your team progressed to slot system way quicker than anybody expected. But Maresca's system has also been progressing at a really high rate as well. Where I think when that game happens at the Bridge, like I think you guys will kind of have it more solidified at that point. You guys will be like 8 to 10 points clear at that point, in my opinion. But because that's going to be end of the season. I think it's last 3 games that you guys will have us. And that's going to be the biggest test right there, in my opinion. I think you guys have Emirates too right after that. Like that last 3, I think that is going to be where the season.
I think we play you after. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't. I'm hoping.
But this Newcastle
not be that far.
This Newcastle, this is where Isak normally likes to turn up. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, like he always likes to turn up in these midweek games or in these bigger games too for Newcastle. And I heard from earlier.
He's playing for a transfer, bro. Transfer. Anytime he plays a team above Newcastle, he's gonna try and cook.
Yeah, because he's looking for that transfer. You're right. Because he's looking for that transfer in the end. He's gonna get his move. Because he's not signing that new deal. Like they ain't gonna be able to sign him out and give him a new deal. Like they already know that. They're just preparing for it at this point. Like, and anybody who gets him, if it's Arsenal, whoever gets him is gonna be blessed. It's a wonderful player that they're gonna be getting, right? But this is right healthy. Here. This right here, to me, is probably the bigger test for you that you've had away from home, like the biggest test away from home that you guys have had so far this year.
Correct.
Everything else has been more like you've had a lot of home games. The Emirates game, you were at the Emirates last time, or no, you were at home against Arsenal?
No, we were at the Emirates.
Okay, so I'll give you that one, right? But they were a little bit wounded, right, at that point. The Newcastle, for some reason, at home is just like, because of it. I mean, you guys are north, but like the move from London to the travel from London to Newcastle for some reason always gets people for some reason, and that's a tough stadium to play at, bro.
Yeah, we have Newcastle's number though.
So we
have Newcastle's number.
If she during January, we're gonna do like full breakdowns of these teams. Okay, like there's gonna be because both of our managers are new. So what we're gonna do in January, we're gonna have an episode apiece. They're gonna be like recorded, bro. Because I've watched a lot of Liverpool, and I know Link's watched a lot of Maresca this year. So like we're gonna go through, and we're gonna go tactically, like exactly how this has been broken down, and I see how Liverpool plays, and it's very funny that people keep on bringing it feels like Klopp's system, because they have this idea, they have this way of breaking very quickly, but it is nothing like Klopp. It is absolutely nothing like Klopp. And that's the funny part, is because people keep on bringing up, because they have that like Salah's in wide open fucking spaces on the right hand side, right? And they have this in their mind. Oh yeah, it must be Klopp. Like it's Van Dijk to that Salah run almost every time. It's either Van Dijk or Gravenberch. One of the two picks up the ball in that space, and one of them are open. And the way that their 10 moves is the difference in this. The way the 10 is pulling players out of position and where he's placing himself in build-up is the biggest thing. Him and the other player outside of Gravenberch, because Gravenberch, we'll get into it, is more of like a sweeper in the sense of he's picking up the ball in these lower, deeper areas, and then he has the capability of being able to drive the ball himself. Like that's one of his biggest strengths is his capability of being able to drive with the ball. So he has the balance of being able to drive with the ball, progress play, or he's waiting for that. He's waiting for that opportunity to be able to ping it out to the wings. And it's a very different style to way that Klopp pushes his wingbacks forward. He has the midfield higher up the pitch, especially the 2-8s are much higher than where Sabozlai even is in build-up. So it's a different
completely
style.
The philosophy.
It's just
there's some similar principles, but the philosophy is completely different.
In the same category because these are just two totally different styles of play. But let's go to Chelsea for a bit because we talked a bit. We've gone the 20 minutes.
Disrespect Bobby. Hold on. I want you to
we're
talk
not
about
doing
Chelsea, but
Szoboszlai to Bobby. We're not doing that conversation.
Let's not do
We're
that.
not
I
doing that
love
conversation
Szoboszlai, but let's not do that.
That's disrespect to Bobby.
No.
Like,
that is so disrespectful.
Yeah, you are oversimplifying it, Ishi, but that's okay.
Yeah,
that's absolutely fine.
You are. It's okay.
But let's talk about Chelsea for a bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Every week, people tell me that we are going to draw. Every week, like every week on every show, I get people telling me, "What did I get today? Oh, we're going to draw to Southampton." This is a team. This is a team right now, okay, that is scoring goals, okay, regardless on how many we concede at this current moment. And against Villa, we didn't concede a fucking thing. But this is a team that's scoring goals, guys. Like, regardless on
for fun
who we're up against, regardless. And I'm eliminating the City game because it was brand new. Our wingers weren't in there. Like, we didn't play either of the wingers. Like,
bro, outlier anomaly. We don't have to worry about that game.
Bro, we saw a lineup of Sancho Neto. We saw a lineup with Palmer, Enzo, Lavia, and Caicedo playing fullback. And Villa didn't have a single answer for us.
Wait, who was playing fullback?
Caicedo. Caicedo inverted fullback, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And he was magnificent again. He was magnificent again, bro. He is worth every fucking penny we spent on the guy. He is worth every penny. There is not enough words that I can say about the guy. And I know this is more of a painful subject to you guys than you would like it to be. But this guy is I can't say enough about him. Like, that feeling that you had when you seen Conte come through, right? And you've seen Conte come through to the Chelsea side. And every single time you seen Conte play next to Matic, right? You knew there was going to be a performance.
Mm-hmm.
That's the feelings.
A floor level.
That's the feelings I'm getting from Caicedo, and it does not matter what you do. You just put him out on the field. That's what you put him out there. And to be honest, what we saw out there probably is our best lineup. It's probably our best lineup. Like, what we saw out there.
Is it your best available lineup? Or
Yep. Well, with availability, correct? Because with Reece James out,
run me through. Yeah. Run me through it again.
Like, we can't have that conversation because obviously Reece James is made out of fucking paper mache. So I'm just eliminating that from the conversation. But overall, like, this guy, like, I know how much everybody loves Cole Palmer. This guy's our best player. This guy's our best player.
No.
I mean,
he's not.
I'm going to be honest, bro. I watch him on a week-to-week basis, bro, and he puts eights out. He puts eights out there every week, bro. Eights, if not higher.
I don't even like that statement. His floor. I'll say this: his floor is 6.5. That's his floor, right?
Bro, he's putting eights out there.
Your best player.
What?
He's your X factor, right? He's your X factor. He's your difference maker. He is what Nkunku was supposed to be for your team.
I think Palmer's that.
I
think Palmer's our X factor.
No, that's what I'm saying. Palmer is your X factor. He's not your best player.
Okay. So we're on the same page then. We're on the same page.
Yeah. The same way people have the arguments between Salah and Van Dijk, who's best, who's the X factor.
Bro, here's the thing with Nkunku, bro. I'm going to be honest with Nkunku, bro, okay? If Cole wasn't as good as he was, Nkunku would be doing it just as much. I'm going to be honest. He would score just as much. He would be scoring. Not in the same ways.
I think it's
not in the same ways, but he'd be in the box scoring.
Maybe, okay.
He'd be in the box scoring just as much, bro. Palmer's
I don't like that statement.
Palmer is, I'm telling you, bro. Like the way that
it's just because I haven't seen.
We don't have a box crasher like.
I feel you, but I don't know how.
Outside of, we don't have a box crasher like in Cuckoo. With the type of crosses Neto puts in, and the type of service that we have on the right hand with the right hand side with Neto and Jaden, like in Cuckoo would eat in the box. He's going to eat. Like it. The difference is Cole is a better passer of the ball. Like he's better pressing.
That's what I'm saying.
He's a better passer of the ball. So it's like you can't eliminate those two things from Cole's game to say, but we manage like if we eliminate Cole, I think even Felix in those spaces is just as dangerous. Like Felix is coming into his own in this team in these half spaces. Like we are playing these half spaces is brilliant. That like there isn't a team in the league right now that is playing.
That's what Maresca wants.
Huh? I know.
That's what
I know. I'm aware.
Wants.
I know. But we can talk. We can talk about that.
We talk about this for 4 months.
Yeah, but you know, what do we know? We're Americans. We're just Americans that talk about football. We don't know what the fuck we're talking about, right?
Which football are you talking about, sir?
But the other, I just have two other players that I have to give props to. The wingers didn't play that well, by the way. I don't think Sancho and Neto played that well against Villa. Like I thought they were okay, but they did what they needed to do. That's the thing. Like it wasn't like they were bad, but they weren't like the creators of anything spectacular. They weren't like outstanding taking their players one-on-one. The crosses weren't like outstanding. But fucking Marc Cucurella, that boy is playing out of his fucking skin. And I will say it and I will say it again. There isn't a fullback in this fucking world that's playing better than Marc Cucurella right now. There isn't. Not one. I promise you, there isn't. You try to find someone. I promise you, Marc Cucurella is playing better.
I'm not gonna try and find someone.
I'm not even. I know you won't.
Wait for his next.
But I'm telling for everybody, there is not a single fullback in the fucking world that's playing better than Marc Cucurella right now. Okay, that man, he had this little song, and he is backing that shit up weekly. He came out. He had that little song after the Euros. And they're singing it at the bridge.
Hey,
they're singing that motherfucker at the bridge, bro.
He
did
get dunked on
week 1. He is playing amazing. Okay? And the cross to Nico in the first fucking 5 minutes. That cross to Nico in the first 5 minutes, he's done that every week. There's just not someone there. Just this time, there was someone there. Every week he has 2 of those.
Someone was there.
Game.
But that's
this time,
bro. That's
Nico
the beauty
got
of
in
your
front
side
of it.
as a Chelsea fan,
bro. I wouldn't, bro.
It's your first year under this manager, so you're gonna get better and better.
He's playing better than DeMarco, C-Mac. He's playing better
than
DeMarco.
DeMarco is so bro.
But
DeMarco is cold.
I said fullback. He is legitly playing wingback. DeMarco is legitly playing wingback.
Yeah, no, DeMarco. You gotta like. DeMarco and Grimaldo are like the same, but like, yeah, I feel that. Flat back 4, yeah, that's a completely different game.
Fullback. Nobody's playing better. Plain simple. Okay. Nico fucking Jackson, okay? You keep doing you, my brother. You are, bro, everything that I've hated on you for over the summer. You have showed me the fuck up. The only one thing that I need you to be better about is your movement in the box. And I know you'll get better because you have the right manager to get better. That's it.
Hey, I tried to tell you.
I know you'll get better.
He's improving.
And I know you'll get better.
Nice.
He's nice, bro. He's fucking nice. He is nice, bro.
Nice.
Dude, he is nice. And once again, he's on form, best striker in the league right now. On form.
He's definitely the best right now because I know, hey, whoever that Golden Boot winner, he wasn't there at Anfield. I didn't see him.
Hey, not for nothing, but who scored at Anfield? Nico fucking Jackson. Okay, so
he was offsides.
He was oh my, bro, get the fuck out of here, bro. He had the most beautiful Trivella shot. No, get the fuck out of here. Yo, I'm telling you, son. I'm telling you, son. This kid, I don't want to. We got our big boy striker. We got him. We got our big boy striker. I don't need you to go get me another guy like
bro,
that.
But
I want him to keep getting better. I just want him to keep getting better.
But that's why you're going to buy the lap.
If he keeps doing what he's doing, and you know what? Someone brought up a good point in a show I was watching earlier. And Cuckoo's making this happen too. Because not for nothing, Cuckoo's just going into the conference league and scoring fucking every single time he plays. So Nico has to score, right? Like it's not like it's
he's going to get dropped.
He has to, because like if he doesn't and Cuckoo keeps on scoring, he's at 10 goals already. Like if Cuckoo just keeps on scoring, bro, what is it to say that he doesn't go in and play? What is it to say? Like so this is what I mean by iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm saying? This is what I mean by that.
Yes, exactly.
And I'm happy that Nkuku's getting a chance to play. Okay, I know in my heart that he's probably gone next year. I know that. Okay, he is one of my favorite players in football. Period. Okay, period. He's one of my favorite players in football. I know in my heart he's probably gone next year. Okay, that's okay. But right now, he's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. Putting pressure on Nico, making Nico better, because that's not his position. We all know that. Everybody and their moms know that. He still has 10 fucking goals. Who cares if it's conference league? You know what I'm saying?
Big up, Mons.
Big up, Mons. Like, he's putting pressure on Nico, because if Nico doesn't score and Cristo just keeps on going in there and scoring every single weekend in the conference league, why don't you give him an opportunity? He's going to get his opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So good on fucking Nico Jackson for keep doing what he's supposed to be doing. All right? Keep doing what you're supposed to be doing, because you are, at this current moment, you are crushing it, my man. These early goals have just set us up for success in every one of these games. Like the early goal against Newcastle, this early goal against Villa. Like these early goals, and he is relentless early. He is running and running and running and running.
I think he doesn't need time to warm up into his runs. I think he's making very lethal, incisive runs from the second the ball's kicked, and it catches teams off guard.
When you have a guy who's making those types of runs and putting pressure on your defense like that early, if you're not woken up in this game, what's going to happen to Villa is going to happen to a lot of these fucking teams. If you're not quick with him and you're not ready to play Nico Jackson, if you're not ready to play Nico, he's not someone you could just sleep on. If you're not ready to play Nico Jackson coming into the game, you will get scored on early. It happened almost every game last year. He got an early chance in almost every game last year, bro. Now he's putting them away.
But that's the putting them away. He's putting them away now. And you say early, what wasn't his goal the beginning of it was like a minute into the second half, right?
Mm-hmm. It was like the first 4 minutes, bro. We scored. Cross from Cucurella. Yeah. Jadon Sancho drew two players. Cucurella overlapped. Jadon into Cucurella. Cucurella puts a great cross in front post. Nico gets to it. That was the big thing. He gets to it. It comes off the inside of the post and it goes in. Phenomenal finish. But he's had these kind of finishes all year. The finishing is there. And obviously my Chelsea friends are here. The homies, Lucas Costa. I've been talking about who I want to play behind Nico next year. It has to be this
He's
kid.
perfect to play behind Nico. Yeah,
it has to
great.
Be this kid.
It's great.
It's a perfect fit for us. Like there's no pressure on the kid. He's already, by the way, Maresca was his coach in the youth academy. He was already that was Maresca.
Mm-hmm.
That was Maresca's striker in the youth academy. You know what I'm saying? He's physical, he's technical, and you have a guy like this, and you have a manager like this that can get the best out of him. We already see what he can do with Nico. It's
yeah,
the same
and
time.
it's a big enough step up.
Bro. I watched him against y'all. He is pushing people around. It was against Manchester United, actually.
Hey,
he was really pushing people around against Man U.
Hey, it was against us too.
But he should have scored too. He had that. Onana had a beautiful.
We just saw Kwanzaa again because of Delap. Remember that? We just saw Kwanzaa because of Delap. Delap bullied him for 45 minutes, and Slot said
and benched his ass. I forgot that. Shit. He hasn't played since. He barely played since.
He just played.
Konate got injured. Yeah. That's right. Kwanzaa just came back.
Yeah, he came on it right back against City.
Yeah, and then then we got the Joe Shields connection too with them. So, all right, let's talk about my midweek game against Southampton. 3 points or I'm fucking disappointed. Plain and simple. 3 points or I'm disappointed. I know it's a complete banana peel, but they got to rotate just as much as we got to rotate. They played there's no like they didn't have excuses to play on the weekend. Like it's not they didn't have to play on the weekend, and it's not like they don't have to play on this weekend. They in the same schedule as us.
This is my thing with this game. Like you would be expected to win it regardless of where you were in the. You know what I'm saying? Like this game at the beginning of the year, you said this is a must win.
Yeah, 100%.
It needs to
but
get
these
done.
are the teams so far that we have put to the sword normally. And we haven't even played a relegation, a newly promoted side yet. But like a Wolves, we've been putting these teams to the sword outside of Palace.
No, that's what I'm saying. You're going to crush them because I think Caicedo is going to mash up Dibbling. Like Dibbling got and caused some problems. I don't think that will happen with you guys.
I don't even know. I think it'll be good,
once again,
to be honest.
The thing I see is a mistake from Sanchez. What'd you say?
I think it'll be Gusto, but this team plays right into our fucking hands. Dibbling's out with yellow cards. It's over. We're gonna crush this fucking
team. Game's over. 4.
We're gonna crush them.
4. Hey,
did you see how we pressed Villa? Did you see how we pressed Villa? They're gonna try to play out from the back against us.
Hey, we'll
get a ball off of one of their mistakes more than Sanchez.
Mm-hmm.
They've been just as mistake prone as us, playing out from the back. Where he works. I ain't worried about this team, bro.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
No, they're gonna give you 2. They're gonna gift you 2 from pressing. At least 2.
Just from our press. You did it the same thing. You got 2 from just the press. They give away 2 from we give away a goal from the press every game. You don't think our players, the way that our team play, this is one of the most 4-0 games I've ever seen in my entire life. But see,
you don't want to play your backups. Yeah.
I don't know what
I don't see them scoring without Dibbling.
We won't play.
I wouldn't rotate your whole squad, though.
I don't think we'll play Jackson because he's 1 yellow card away from a suspension, and we got Tottenham on the weekend, so I don't think we'll play Jackson.
Oh, are you saying that like Tottenham's a big game?
No, but I want Jackson for the spacing. I just want Jackson for the spacing.
Spacing. So you're not worried about Tottenham, but you want your best 11. I just want to make sure you got that.
I want the only striker we have on the team. Sorry, bud. What are you talking about?
Fair enough.
We only have 1 striker.
I hear that.
This is right here.
Nkunku false 9. You playing Diaz false 9?
Seen that right there.
Yeah, those 3. But those and Nkunku and
probably
technical
9
players that really stand out. Nani's a bum. I'm sorry.
I know, but it'll probably be.
You haven't changed my mind on him. I know, but I just like all this.
But I think it'll be.
Nani's a bum. Nani needs to be on Tottenham. I'm sorry.
I think it'll be the same way we played the other game, a week ago or 2 weeks ago, where it was Felix on the left corner, Palmer in the middle, Nani on the right, and Cuckoo up top, up and down Cucurella, Badiashile, Levi, Gusto, with Caicedo, Enzo.
I don't mind that. Big up Lucas.
Bro, we all know Nani
I
stinks.
think regardless of the
Lucas, we understand that. Yeah, they're gonna be parking the bus, bro. We gotta smoke these dudes, bro. We gotta fucking smoke them tomorrow.
And I don't think it matters when. I don't know if it'll be early goals, but 3. This is just a difference in quality. At least 3.
Yeah. Fucking Ahmed.
Oh,
we were talking about Madueke and Ahmed appears.
Madueke needs to be on Tottenham. You will replace him in a year.
Sure. I wouldn't even. Yeah, to be honest, CNAC, I'd probably even play like fucking KDH. Bring KDH on.
Ahmed, I bet you can name 4 French league players right now.
Or what's his face? Cassidy.
There's 4 wingers on your short list from
score a couple goals early and just make this a fucking put this game to the side. What time is that game for me? I don't even know.
Yeah, I haven't looked at
12:30. Most of them are at 12:30.
Is that Saturday?
Man, they should have separated the games a bit though. 12:30 and 1:15 to separate the games.
Staggered. Yeah.
Nah, KDH is fine, bro. We're playing, bro. This team's getting relegated. Like this is. If we can't play KDH
this is KDH's game.
Yeah, if you can't play KDH against this team, bro, why we have KDH?
For him, he better be able to fucking play in this game.
We should be on KDH next year.
Southampton would kill for a KDH.
Huh?
I don't. How old is KDH? He's 26.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's too old to be home. But no, I was just saying that KDH. This is his level and not in the disrespect. Yeah, not in a disrespectful way, but this is.
I think we end up selling him to Villa
in this game.
I'm going to be honest with you,
dude. Villa would love. Emery loves that. He's 8 years younger, not as good. Ross Park.
Yep.
Yeah, loves that.
Agreed, JK. Agreed, bro. I think next summer KDH is gone. With Andre Santos, the way he's playing right now, bro, like he's the highest rated midfielder in.
You have Esteval to bring back too.
He plays right wing, so I'm not really worried. Bro, that's why I'm not worried about
Madueke. You're selling Madueke. You're selling who?
Newcastle too. Newcastle would love to get. Newcastle would
pay 60. Hey, this is.
Newcastle would pay the full amount for
KDH and Madueke.
30 million. You would pay what we paid for KDH. They would pay 30 million for KDH right now.
What do you think Forrest would play for KDH? What do you think Forrest would pay for KDH?
They wouldn't get KDH because they got Anderson. They paid for Anderson. They got Anderson, so they wouldn't pay for KDH.
Lucas, don't recall players that are. Let them stay with their playing time. You guys have a stable squad right now. You don't need to bring
he's not playing at Southampton right now.
Let this year play. Oh, Leslie's not playing.
No, Leslie's not playing at Southampton.
I spoke too soon. My bad.
Yeah,
I misspoke.
I think Leslie would. I think Leslie's better than Cassidy, Lucas. To be honest, if we get
did he play? I swore I saw him play against us.
Who, Cassidy?
No, Leslie. I think Liverpool.
Yeah, he did. He comes on off the bench, but he doesn't start.
But
for us, he would come off the bench too. Bro, he would save Lavia's legs. Literally. And dude, Leslie scores goals for us. Whenever he plays, he scores. Like, I don't know what that means. Yeah, exactly. But we need. I mean, the 6 is the 6 is the thing because we don't want to have to play Caicedo there all the time. We want to be able to save Caicedo's legs too.
Lavia's injury record.
Yep. And we'll be fine with Jaden, and we'll be fine, bro. Jaden and Felix being able to play off the left. We saw what Felix can do off the left in that half space, bro. He's nasty, bro. That Felix, man.
Joey.
What?
Who is the goalie that you want, and why is it Keller?
Well, it's gonna be Kelleher. That's the thing. Is like I don't see a world. I don't see unless you find somebody else to sell him for as much as we would pay for him, because we would pay your dollar for it. You know 65. What I'm saying? I doubt it'll be 65.
65.
I doubt it.
We're gonna want to make more than we brought.
I doubt
Georgie.
Because then 65 will let him sit on the fuck. I know Chelsea 65 will let him sit on your fucking bench. You guys could have 3-1s.
Loan out Georgie again. No, we'll loan out Georgie.
3-1s. 3-1s, bro. 3-1s. Better than not having Georgie. One, but 3-1s. That's what it is. Liverpool got 3-1s, bro.
I guess. One for each competition.
I guess, dude. Every time I bring this question up. All right.
What happens
when Allison comes back?
Leaving.
What happens when Allison comes back? What is it? What do you do?
Allison's probably at this point. You're gonna put him on the bench? Because you can't say that in a sentence and make it sound logical.
What are you gonna do then, Link?
But Keller.
See, this is the thing every Liverpool fan does. What are you gonna do, Link? You're gonna put Allison on the bench? This is the funnest part. This is the funnest thing with you. This is the funnest thing with you Liverpool fans with me. I always ask you guys this question. You guys fucking roll over and and don't know what to say with yourselves. So what are you gonna do? Allison, he got a year left, doesn't he? He still has one more year left, right?
He's got a couple years. So,
okay. Makes my point even more valid. It makes my point even more valid, bro. Makes my point even more valid. Tell me, you gonna put Allison on the bench?
No, because he's going to be he's the one that's guaranteed to leave in the next. Allison is gone in the next 18 months. Okay, we bought a goalie.
So let's talk about the next 18 months then. We don't got to worry about when Allison's going. Let's talk about that. You gonna put Allison on the bench?
No, Allison's not going on the bench when he comes.
Okay, so then Kelleher goes on the bench, right?
Kelleher, but so
you're going to sell your bench keeper for $65 million. You think anybody in the world is going to buy your bench keeper for $65 million, regardless on what his name is and what he's done? You think anybody's going to spend $65 million on your bench keeper?
No, but this is my thing. Logic, $65 million on a backup goalie. But my thing is,
we can send Georgie back on loan again. Bro. We'll give you 40 plus 5. That's what you're going to get for him. 40 plus 5.
No, but
more than what you got from more than what you paid for Marbadashvili.
Exactly. That was my original point. Me saying that foolish nominal numbers mean. My point is that we will make more on the Kelleher transfer than we outlaid for Georgie.
But it won't be more than 45, bro. I'm telling you right now.
Maybe 45.
You won't even get 50 for him.
Yeah.
Like there's not a club in the world out there more than 50 for him. Because they know your circumstances. That's the thing. You put yourself in this scenario with the keepers. Like he is worth. If you want to tell me he's worth 65, I would believe you. Okay. But
this is
with
my
your
thing.
circumstances, with the way that you've set yourself up, you can't, because now you have Allison on 2 years, Marmadashvili on loan, and Kelleher.
Bro.
These guys, there's only one place to keeper. There's only one position for a keeper.
I know. Allison was going to leave last year, and out of his good graces said, I will stay and see out this project. He had offers from Saudi turned down. So Liverpool panicked a little bit, and they said, we need to start future planning. And so they made sure they got Georgie. And then Kelleher, the data he had, they didn't know. And then he's continued this form or ability that he's had over the last 3 years. So now, right, it is a little bit of a kerfuffle. However, it's not a bad problem to have because Allison's, yeah, it's a pickle kerfuffle, But at the end of the day, Allison's leaving in the next 2 years, regardless of what happens with Kelleher. So they needed to have an option. If I'm Kelleher, as much as I want to be starting somewhere else, I think this season has worked out as best, considering they kind of held him against his will. Because all summer he said, "I want to play." All summer he said, "I want to play."
That's. I mean, so, I wonder. I just wonder how that whole situation is going to play out. That situation,
I think
it doesn't. I
hope
for your sake it plays out like Czech and Courtois. That's what I hope for your sake, right? That's what I hope.
That's the goal. That's
right.
The goal.
I know that's the goal for you, but realistically, he wasn't supposed to be that guy. The Courtois, Marmadashvili was supposed to be the Courtois. That's what it was supposed to be. Kelleher was supposed to be Begovic.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's what he was supposed to be. Like,
and he's just really good.
Yeah,
he's just really good. And and you need to give props to our goal.
Oh,
it's like Allison's like best friend. That goalkeeping coach, that Brazilian coach, and
yeah, no, I'm not. I mean, I don't know who he is, but he's
those
doing
two, bro,
magical job.
Bro, those two have been hooking up because Jaros is good for Czech Republic.
Your backup's a starter for Czech Republic?
We have third string. The third string started in the Euros, bro. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's good. But if we could get some depth in midfield, that'd be nice. I don't know if you want to talk. I know our windows. I know who we're buying.
Yeah.
I don't know the defender, but I know who we're buying. We're definitely
let's talk.
Marmouche, who's the fucking Turkey, Marmouche, who's the third one? I fucking said him earlier today. Oh my god, this is gonna bother me.
I doubt you get Marmouche this in the January window. I don't think you get Marmouche in the January.
No, we'll get Cherki and Zubimendi this window. We'll agree.
You are so set on the Zubimendi thing, bro, and I just don't believe you.
I'm telling you, it's the Van Dijk. It's the Van Dijk transfer, bro. It's the Van Dijk transfer. Not going to take that, especially because City needs someone. The last thing Edwards is going to do is allow Hughes to take that L and then strengthen the team we're trying to. It's a bad look. It's a bad look.
It's a fact. TKL. It's a fact. He couldn't even start for cup games for Brighton. Sorry. Sorry. I'm just pissed about Sanchez still, but he'd had a pretty good game. But yeah, I see where you're coming from the Van Dijk, like the January Michael Edwards move, that normal January Michael Edwards move that he makes. Like, I feel you. I can see where you're coming from.
He didn't overtly say no. That's the thing.
Yeah,
and he's still.
I know that, but here's the thing. I also know that Michael Edwards won't overpay. That's the other thing. Where I feel like if you're City, you'll overpay for.
Are you talking about his wages?
You'll overpay for Zubimendi.
Like as in wages?
No, not necessarily.
Because it's a release clause.
Right.
It's a
but
release
here's
clause.
the thing, right? Here's the thing. Even at a release clause, you can overpay for the release. You can overpay, right? You can still overpay and outdo a release clause bid as long as the structure, as long as the overall payment is higher than the release clause. So it like for me, like I said, bro, you don't need Zubamendi. Like I've been saying, like you guys are going back to the well that didn't need. Like that's like me going back and saying I need Osimhen. I think you need a backup. I think you need a solid backup, someone who can save McAllister's legs, someone who can put Gravenberch. Doesn't have to put so much pressure on Gravenberch because you know Endo isn't going to work. You can just loan Endo out in January.
But
you know what I'm saying?
That's Endo's leaving. But the thing is, we don't need a backup because we're not the finished side. We're trying to improve. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this is supposed to be our floor. We're going to continue to improve.
Improving necessarily doesn't mean you need to get a world-class player for that position.
Is Zubamendi world-class?
Okay, but let's not say world-class. Let's not say world-class, okay? Let's say you don't need to spend the level of money for that role because of the way that Gravenberch has been playing. Like that's what I'm saying.
I don't want to.
And you're gonna hate me because I'm gonna bring it up a fucking again. Okay, but even if it's Kokchu, okay, even if it's someone like that, right, where it's a player he knows and he can play in a position of that McAllister role, or you know what I'm saying. Even if it's someone like that, I just don't think that if it came to it and it was like 65 million. Oh, bro, I just don't think he's leaving. That's the other thing. He just got there.
He's not coming. He's not coming to Liverpool. I would love Reinders. He's cold.
Bro, if you got him, oh, my head would hurt. If you got him, my head would hurt.
Can you imagine?
Yo,
just
he's
him
way
and Gravenberch.
To me, he is unbelievably better than what Zubamendi could bring. The kid is one of the most technically gifted midfielders in all of Europe.
The physicality that would come with that.
I'm so glad you brought up the name, Lucas. We got linked to him recently. I guess the agents for Milan linked them to us. I guess he wants. They can't.
Yeah,
get,
you got linked with them.
A pay raise, and he's not getting it. So like, hey, there might be a move there. Like, but bro, if you got him, oh my god, my head would hurt. Oh, dude, he's good enough to bench McAllister. That's the thing. Like, he could potentially move.
He'd bench Szoboszlai. Let's be honest.
But he could,
That's what it would be.
He's good enough to play the 10. That's how good he is. He's so good technically.
But that's the type of player, and even Indy, I think it's going to be Zubamendi based off Edwards' pride. But like Cherky is another 10. He's cheap. But like once we get Endo out of there, we need someone that's actually a player that's capable of playing in McAllister or Gravenberch's role. Push either of those two players up the field more, which is the option that we really want. If you go, I know we didn't talk about too much, but in the City game, Gravenberch, so Gravenberch could use his physicality to press Akanji and win the ball back up higher. Like, so the little that Slot likes to have, the tactical flexibility that comes with it.
Reinders
that's why I say Zubamendi, because
Reinders would be amazing. For the tactical the tactical flexibility that Slot likes to have. He would be perfect because it's such an easy rotation between the three. Like, and you can move them within the midfield depending on how you want to play. And that would hurt my heart. I'm not gonna front. If you guys got Reinders, that shit would hurt my heart. That shit, he is so good, bro. That shit would hurt my heart.
He's good. What a shout.
I wonder what they would want for him. So I'm sure they would want an arm and a leg for that kid, bro.
They would. They really would. But it's Italy. They could have a impending financial crisis. You never know.
Yeah, but I mean,
But what are the predictions, man?
of like
What
who
you
you
got?
get.
No, not of who you get for tomorrow.
Oh, for tomorrow? Oh, I think we win. I think we win 3 or 4-0.
Yeah.
And for you,
I
I
with
think
that.
you guys win 2-1. But that's just my opinion. I that's what I've been guessing all week is 2-1 so far for you.
I said 2-0, but 2-1's probably more stick with my 2-0 I've been saying. But yeah, predictions for the window. Who do you think you'll get, and who do you think will
All right, so I have this theory.
Don't say Reinders, because it's not going to happen.
No, I don't think we're getting Reinders. I don't think we need any midfielders, but that's just period. Because I rate Andre Santos so highly that I don't think we need any other midfielders. It really depends on if Nkunku moves. Like for me, like the window really is based off of Nkunku moving, if how big it would be. I'm gonna say this right now: we're probably buying Thomas Araujo from Benfica. Like, you could probably already book it right now. That's probably nearly already done. Like, I'm pretty sure he has the same agent as Pedro Neto, Jorge Mendes. And we've been scouting him since last year. So I think we'll drop the 50 million now that Fofana has a 4 to 5 week hamstring injury. Disasi probably will be the one that goes out on loan. If not, it'll either be Disasi. I don't think it'll be Badiashile because Badiashile's actually been like first defender off the bench, like for any circumstances. So I don't think it'll be Badiashile. So I think it will be Disasi. Either loan with option to buy. I think Newcastle might go in for that as like kind of like a last minute option kind of situation because they'll try to go in for Gahey again. They'll get priced the fuck out and then they'll end up with like Disasi. If Nkunku moves, we'll make an early move on Delap because I know how much we've scouted him. And I know that there's other teams out there that are looking at him. So we'll make the early move on Delap. I know that that's something that this club would probably do just based off of like the connection from Joe Shields, how well he's done early, the striker mold that we've been looking for, very similar mold to what Meridian is physically, but much more technical and has the same kind of for goal in the box, kind of getting into the box and back post runs, front post runs, that type of thing. Already played for Maresca. And now that it's kind of like a faith in Maresca kind of signing because he already knows the player, already coached the player. Player already knows the system of how they should be playing because he was part of the City group and he played a very similar system to what he's playing right now within the City group. And that's how he got the Leicester job, right? So, those are the two signings that would be. It would probably be Liam Delap and Thomas Araujo. Those are the most likely two that I would say. If I was to be like on the nose about what we're gonna get and who would get, it probably would be those two. But I still think even if Delap doesn't happen in January, we probably go and get. Well, there goes that.
Zuby, bro, I'm telling you, we're getting Zuby.
They use us as that the agents use us as that, we'll just go sign for Chelsea if you don't fucking.
It's everyone's linked to Chelsea.
Yeah.
They have money. They always have money.
We'll just go to Chelsea if you don't want to sign this contract. But yeah, Carlito, you're right. We on the same page for this window, bro. We on the same page for this window. But I don't think we buy Delap unless that it. Nkunku to PSG is the worst kept secret in football right now. Like I've told most people, like it's going to happen. That's like and if you can actually see it right now, if you want to really know, you can actually see it by the way that the French FA has given him the opportunity to be able to start at striker for France.
Big up,
so
can't even fucking.
So if Nkunku leaves, then we would get an attacker outside of that. Big up Solomon every single time, my guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna try this again. There we go.
But yeah, I just think we'll get 55 million for Nkunku on a loan with an obligation to buy from PSG, especially if Gonçalo Ramos' injury. It seems to not be getting better from the reports that I've read. So they're going to go for another attacker. And with the French FA already kind of pushing Nkunku to be the starting striker, like him going to France to be the striker of the main team in France makes all the fucking sense in the world.
Yeah, so PSG's definitely. Yeah.
And I don't think Manchester United, which would have been the other team he would go to, I don't think they would pay the money that we would want. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think they would pay the money we would want for him. Especially when you could get, there's other players out there that you can get within around the same price range. And then on top of it, he's on $200K a week already. So they're trying to get their wage structure done right now. So they're not gonna, them buying Cunha and doubling his wages from 60 to 120K a week makes much more sense in pretty much the same price range, right? It would be the same price range. It's like you're still paying 55, 60 million for both players. It makes more sense for them to go buy a Cunha who's already on lower wages that you can build up as wage structure within your structure than buying a 200K player right off the bat. That's I mean, if he leaves, bro. But Solomon, he got injured early. Pato was alone, so I don't even really understand that whole conversation period. And he was already injured. Pato was injury prone consistently. And Nkunku already has more goals than most people have had at this club. Period. Signing for us. Period. Okay. A conference league or not.
Yeah, but what competition were they in, man?
He scores more goals than any of those guys. And if we can get our money back, I'm considering it more as Alvaro Morata. Didn't succeed at our club. We got our money back. We moved on from the player. That's what I'm saying. Okay. This is a question for you. Actually, I wanted you.
I think he's been playing well, but I'm only saying that off what I've heard. I have Davis. To be honest, I'm not sure that's the type of left back we're looking for. Like I said, I haven't watched. We're looking more of that hybrid left back, center back role, just so that we can have more defensive solidarity. I think if Gomez was good, he would be the type of player we'd be looking for as a left back.
Who?
But if Joe Gomez was left-footed and 3 years younger, didn't play for us, he'd be the type of profile we'd be looking at as left back.
So you need Hincapié.
But Lucas Leaf Davis, do some research. I love Hincapié. He can play in a flat back four, play in a 3-back. We don't really play a 3-back, but in possession.
Carlito, we're talking about Lucas. We're talking about Liverpool. He's a Liverpool fan. And yes, you're correct. Pato's career was over by the time he came to Chelsea. Not even.
Bro, that hamstring. That hamstring never recovered, bro. That hamstring never recovered. He was too fast.
Not even close to Nkunku. What happened to Nkunku? But yeah. Yeah. I think that's a good place to end it. Oh no, since we ain't gonna do another show till next week. Who do you guys have on the weekend?
I don't put this shit up. Can you look it up?
All right.
Look it up.
I'm going to talk about my game then while you look up your game. We have Tottenham. Okay. If Ange Postecoglou does not change his fucking tactics against us, we are going to freaking smash them. If he decides to play the same way he's played all fucking year so far, you got Everton.
Yeah.
I
didn't even have to look it up. I just remembered. Everton. We should win that game.
If bro, we are going to cook them. You thought last year we beat them twice last year. Okay? Let me finish.
Let me say this.
Okay.
All I'm going to say is it's very Spursy of them to show up in the game, the big game that they're not supposed to win. That's all I'm going to say. I have no tactical good. Other than that, I have nothing to say as far as why Spurs will win, other than they beat City and they beat Villa, and they've been shit other than that.
Yeah, but City and Villa, form-wise.
I know that's like I said, I have nothing tactically. I have
bro. Like
insight to tell you why it will happen. See, exactly. Again, I'm not saying historical reference either. I have no insight to tell you.
Nah, let them play that fucking high line with Nico. Nico's gonna have 3 on them, straight up.
Yeah. See, and
straight up. No Van de Ven either. Play that fucking high line. See what the fuck happens. See what happens.
No Lou.
See what happens. I dare you. I dare you, Ange Postecoglou. See what the fuck happens if you play that lineup.
Why are you daring him when you know he's going to do it?
I know he's going to do it. We're going to cook their ass.
That's who we are, mate.
You think Neto is going to not do it? I expect Neto GA. Just put money on it, Link. Put money on Neto GA against Tottenham. Put money on it. It's the easiest bet in football right now.
They wanted Neto so bad.
Easiest bet in football. I promise you. Neto GA against Tottenham is easiest bet in football. I swear to God, it's going to. I promise. I'm gonna put it. I'll have it up on Twitter, guys. I'll make sure. I'll put the bet up. I'll have it up on Twitter. Neto GA against Tottenham. I'll have it up, and the odds and everything. And when I win, I'm going to tell you I told you so on the next episode. We'll have the bet slip up and everything. I'll put the bet slip up and everything.
Okay.
Easiest fucking bro. Easiest money in football, right? I guarantee it. I can guarantee Neto GA against this fucking high line. Neto GA against this high line is guaranteed. And it's probably going to be Madueke Solomon, unfortunately. But it will be Madueke, Neto on each side. Sancho will play Sunday. Sancho will play midweek against the low block. And it'll be like Sancho. I think it'll be Sancho Felix or Madueke Felix. I don't know. We'll see. Maresca surprised me on multiple occasions. So, in your rivalry game against Everton,
we're beating Everton because we have to. You know, I have to look. There's no tactics. Form goes out the window. Yes, we're supposed to beat them because we're better than them, but it's Everton. So, I would like to see a game that isn't as ugly as.
I guess this is it's a derby, obviously, but like, what have you guys actually struggled against them recently? Like at all?
Struggle's a tough word. Like the games are cagey, but I wouldn't say struggle. There's just been some really bad Everton teams for the last couple. We've never really got.
And Branthwaite's
we've
playing
never
like
gotten
a
that
stench.
Yeah, bro, he is playing himself out of a move to me.
Yeah, he is playing like a bum right now. I ain't gonna front, bro. Like he needs to get his act together by the end of the year.
But
like seriously, needs to get his act together, bro. Like if they get relegated, like they they could be a relegation team this year. And I know
They could.
I know that Sean Dyche normally gets enough points for these types of situations, but they're 2 points off of relegation.
Yeah, and left more.
And Wolves scores goals at least. You know?
Yes, lots of them.
Wolves can score goals at least. So, like, dude, they got.
Yeah, I pulse 9 against Everton.
Goals, dude. They scored 10 fucking goals this year.
Wolves.
That's as bad as Southampton.
Oh, Everton. Yeah. Okay.
Everton has scored fucking 10 goals this year, bro.
Bro, Tyler McNeil and Dublin.
Like, you should get relegated.
That's not
like
a recipe for success.
22 goals. Twice as many goals. They just let in 32 goals. They can't fucking defend anybody.
Yeah.
But Wolves has 2 wins in out of their last 5. So I feel like they'll Bro, I'm being serious. That team better worry about fucking relegation this year. Especially with their best
Wolves needs to hope that they don't get rated in January. Yeah.
If they do, who do you think would raid them?
Nunes will start against Newcastle. Who would raid who?
Everton. For who?
No one raids Everton.
Outside of Branthwaite, and like Branthwaite's playing.
No, I was talking. Sorry, no, I was talking about Wolves.
Oh, Wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier, Solomon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Wolves might get raided. I think Bellegarde might get saved from relegation if Cunha, Gomez.
You know, we owned Bellegarde before we owned Bellegarde. He was at Strasbourg.
That doesn't surprise me. He's a French player, French league player. But I'm gonna have to log off. Great show.
All right.
Happy to be
everyone.
Here.
As you know, we'll be back this time next week. You could see us on some other channels later this week. I know I will be on. I'm sure I'll be on Big Six Bants again sometime this week. Me and Mont's been talking a bunch. I know I'm going to be on Never a Foul tomorrow around this time as well, around 3-ish my time, 11 p.m., 10 p.m. Yeah, 10 p.m. English time, 10 or 11 p.m. English time. And then I'll probably jump into the Ahmed stream tomorrow for his live stream for the game. So
I'll be on Football Locker Room Sunday with Mar 1. So
and you guys have seen
trying to pop up on a couple more streams.
And if you haven't subbed yet, we're like 4 or 5 subs away from 600 subscribers. So please sub to the channel. Make sure you like the channel. I appreciate everybody. And as always, from us Americans, we leave you with Kobe.
How much more do you want from me?
More.
How much more successful do you want me to be?
More successful.
How many records can my records break?
More records.
But I'm the best.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
What the does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
You're welcome.
What the is he talking about?